Hi there, this is a how-to video on how to use Flubaroo to help you grade formative assessments that you put in Google Forms. So the first thing that you would do is you would create your Google form. You'd create your assessment as a Google form. And I'm just going to use the weird science trivia from earlier. So some things that you need to make sure you put in your Google form is you need some kind of identifying place for your students to type in either their name or their student ID. Depending on whether or not you're going to share this information with the students as a whole, may help you decide whether or not you want it to be their name, ID, or maybe even both. That's up to you. So you would definitely need a spot for their name. You could put things in here for class period if you wanted to divide the data out by class period. That's always a good thing to have as well. So again, have some kind of identifying feature, whether it's a name or an ID, and then I would actually add the class period in there as well. Okay, so once you have your Google form constructed, you're going to need to come up with a key for your formative assessment. So what you would do first is click on the preview button up here, which will take you to a place where you can actually fill out the form yourself. I'm just going to type in key for the name, and then I'm going to make a key by plugging in the correct answers for each question. So you would do this beforehand and go in and plug in your answers. Oops. Okay, so once you have a response there, when you go back to the original where you're editing, you'll see that there is actually one response. So we're going to use that one response for our key. Now, in order for Flubaroo to work, you have to have at least 2 responses in there. So I'm going to go back in and submit another response with maybe some incorrect answers. So this is a student that is going in and taking the assessment. Well, I guess we can let them get a couple of these right. Okay, hit submit. So when you go back to the original where you're editing, now you'll see that there are 2 responses. So we have the key and then we have student 1. So the next thing you'll do is you'll go over to this little icon that says create spreadsheet. So you'll need to create a spreadsheet there. You can name it whatever you want. It will automatically name it after the Google form that you created, so I'm just going to leave it as is. Okay, so here's our spreadsheet that we have created. Your next step would be to go to the add-ons feature, the add-ons icon in your Google Sheets, and you're going to click on Get Add-ons. And once you do this once, as long as you're logged into your Google account, you'll never have to do it again. It pops up on mine because I've used it before. It may or may not pop up on yours, so you can search add-ons over here if you can't find Flubaroo. So it's just a free add-on, so I'm going to click on it. You can choose your Google account. I'm just going to allow all these things. Okay. So once it's been added on, you go back to your add-ons, you go to Flubaroo, and you go to Grade Assignment. And again, the next time you do this, Flubaroo will already be there, and you can just click Grade Assignment. So looks like that looks good. It's showing you the different questions, and then this is what is identifying the student. Our second step is to choose the key. So this is what this is going to help us grade the correct answers. You hit next, and it's going to grade your assignment. Perfect. Okay, so it tells us it's done, grading complete, and then you can see here student 1 made a 40. They got 2 out of the 5 questions correct. There's lots of things you can do with your Google spreadsheet. You can add in charts and graphs if you want to. Highlight things, average things. Basically, you can do anything that you could with a normal spreadsheet if you wanted to add. But this is going to give you some percentages, and it grades the assignment right away. Mr. Katz has another feature, another add-on that he's going to show you called Autocrat, which will actually allow you to send the data out to the students so that they know what they missed, and you can go from there. I hope this video was helpful. Let us know if you have any questions.